Welcome back, guys. This is the King of Weebs here. Last time we left off with, this is What If Naruto Took His Ninja Life Seriously Part 4. So we will be starting Shippuden. The story will change a lot from here on out, because I have been seeing some comments saying that Shippuden is pretty much the same and there isn't many differences. So I will make a difference here. So Naruto does still go out and train, and this time he is already he is starting to learn how to add a chakra nature on his Rasengan with the Jiraiya this time, and he does actually learn the vanishing Rasengan, but this one is not like Boruto's one, which is blue. His one's purple, because he knows the purple lightning, and he made the purple by adding purple lightning, and says this could be a good stunning move. You can paralyze, and Jiraiya's like, how about we try with a different chakra nature. And this is around like a year and a half in the training. Naruto's pretty much mastered a lot of techniques, and Jiraiya did master the he did make the fire Rasengan, which burns people once he uses the fire release on his Rasengan. He learned it with Naruto, and Naruto does know how to use it as well, and Jiraiya does learn the Rasen Shuriken, and also Naruto learns that. So now the years have passed, the 2.5 years have passed, and I'm telling you what they learned. So basically most of the things that they learn is about the Rasengan. So Jiraiya has the Rasen Shuriken. He can't throw it yet, but he's starting to realize that he could throw it, and he wants to try it on Sage mode, but he can't because Sage mode is not strong enough. His one's not strong enough, and he realizes he has to master Sage mode. So he will master Sage mode by the time of the Pain arc. He masters it after training with Naruto, and also he knows the Water Rasengan. So basically he calls it prison Rasengan. Basically it's a water prison inside the Rasengan. As soon as he hits the target, it will just imprison them into a water prison until they release it. And he knows the Spike Ball Rasengan, so he could make a massive one, just like Tenten's massive Spike Ball. Well, I think she does it. Well, in a game she does that, and he can make a massive one. He usually makes a massive one when he does the Earth release, because he wants it to be as strong as possible, and he does that. But he doesn't have the vanishing Rasengan like Naruto. Naruto has all of them, and also the Rasen Shuriken, and he needs to learn Sage mode to start throwing it. So now we go back to the village. Naruto has returned. He does meet up with Shino, Hinata, Sakura, Neji, basically everyone, and everyone welcome him back, and they do have a little party until the next day. Tsunade calls Naruto, and she says Gaara has been captured by the Akatsuki, and Naruto is fuming at this, that he couldn't help Gaara, and also she said that Kankuro needs urgent medical healing, so Sakura has to go with them. So the team is Anko, Kakashi, Sakura, Naruto, Shino, and also Hinata. I did say Hinata, the Shino, Hinata, and Naruto do have ice release. Yes, they are pretty OP right now, and they just go off, and the same things happen here. I know I said I will be making a lot of differences, but there will be, just wait for them. So they arrive to the village, and they see that Kankuro needs healing. So Sakura does spend like a few hours making an antidote, and they do take Granny Chiyo to find the hideout. So Naruto's going top speeds, leaves his team behind, and says, I'm sorry, but I have to get to Gaara, and he's still too late. And by this time, Team Guy is dispatched, and they will still have to fight themselves. And Naruto and his team arrive at the cave, and they see that Gaara is already dead, and Naruto throws a vanishing Rasengan to stun Deidara, because he was picking him. He picked him up and he was about to fly away. Deidara does get hit. He is paralyzed, but he can still fly away. So his bird flies him away, and Naruto says, "I'm going after him," and he just runs off with. And Kakashi says, "Hey, Shino, come with us." And Kakashi and Shino follow Naruto, and the girls stay back to verse Sasori. So Sasori will have a much harder time, and he will straight away take out his 1,000 puppets, because he stands no chance by himself. If it was just Chio and Sakura, okay, but since it's Hinata and Anko as well, we need to put in fact that Hinata knows ice release, and she can just freeze him on the spot, and then Sakura could just smash him to pieces, while Chio knows how to use puppets, and he would have a hard time against her because she's a puppet master as well. And also Anko, he does have some data on her, because the Akatsuki has been gathering more data on the Leaf Shinobi, because the Ninetales is like the strongest tail beast and the most guarded one, and the Leaf Village is pretty overpowered with all the ninjas that they had in the past and they still have, and the leader Toby is literally a Leaf Shinobi, so he has to get more information because they will have to fight them one day. So he knows that Anko was a student of Orochimaru, and also she knows how to fight well, and she is a special Jonin. They fight, and they do get rid. Hinata uses her ice release on her palms, so every time she just uses a gentle fist on a puppet, it just freezes, and then she breaks it with the other hand. So let's say she hits them with the right, and then with the left she breaks the puppets into fragments of ice, because they are all frozen. The insides are frozen and the outside. So basically she makes it snow. That's what I'm gonna say. Not really snow. Pieces of ice fall everywhere as soon as she destroys one of the puppets. And Chio is doing well. Same with Sakura, and sorry, Anko is just having fun. She just gets all her snakes, and she's wrapping the snakes around the puppets and just squeezing them into pieces, and she keeps going with the snakes, and she's having fun until Sasori reveals the third Kazekage puppet, and they all realize that this fight just got a whole different level of harder, because the Kazekage does have his so they had to fight the third Kazekage, which had his magnetic iron released sand, and they do still beat him because Hinata used all her chakra to freeze all the sand, all the magnetic sand, and they are able to destroy the puppet. And then Sasori gets angry and shows that he's a puppet himself, and he's about to annihilate them with his poison. But then Anko decides to let out, summon a master snake, and snake swallows it was about to swallow Sasori alive, but then Hinata tells Sakura to jump and punch his head and break him, and they do. And then Sasori's squad does go into another puppet and appears behind them, and then Chio decides to do the same thing with the mother and father puppets, and Sasori at this point just gave up because he couldn't see. He wants to see his parents again, because all this happened to Sasori because of his parents' death, and Sasori was still a kid when he died. And so now we go to Naruto, and Deidara just got out of his paralyzation, and Naruto's let out some of the Nine Tails chakra, and he's already on his Three Tails state, and is about to he's about to make a Rasen Shuriken with 3 clones in the middle of the forest, which is not safe, especially because then the blast, since it's a Rasen Shuriken powered by the Nine Tails' chakra. If that explodes, it will Kakashi and Naruto, and Shino will be in the crossfire. So Shino lets his ice release out and lets his bugs go on. Uh, what's his name? Deidara, and Deidara is kind of immobilized because of the ice. The bugs turned into ice, and then he said, and then Kakashi put a chakra sealing tag on Naruto's forehead, and all the nine tools of chakra got sealed. So then Kakashi's like, leave this to me, and he still does the Kamui, and this time he gets Deidara's arm and a bit of his chest, but then Deidara does still escape because by that time he did break out of the ice, and he does let go of Gaara because that's slowing the body of Gaara is slowing him down, and he just lets him go to escape. Naruto catches Gaara, and then they bring him back to uh, the border of the sand village, and the same things happen here. Naruto helps Chiyo, gives Chiyo his chakra, and Chiyo gives her life exchanges her life for Gaara's life. So now this is the Gaara arc done, and then we skip 2 weeks, and Naruto is in the village resting up in the hospital with Kakashi, and Kakashi is about to train Naruto in how to throw the Rasen Shuriken, but they don't know how to do it, and Naruto says you need Sage Mode for it, and then Kakashi's like, there must be a different way, because with Sage Mode just amplifies your strength. It doesn't give you different techniques, except that you can use Sage Chakra and Sage techniques. It doesn't mean that the Rasen Shuriken can't be thrown without Sage Mode. And that kind of makes sense to Naruto, and Naruto realizes that Kakashi is right, and then we skip to Shikamaru's team fighting Kakuzu and Hidan. So here Shikamaru is a lot stronger, so his Shadow Possession Jutsu isn't that easy to break, but he is kind of tired because he's been keeping it up for too long. And Asuma does still die the same way, and then the reinforcement comes after Asuma's death. Like, what was the point, bro? Like, you might as well just stayed in the village, man. You came so late. And they do still go back to the village. They have the funeral, the Asuma's funeral, and Shikamaru does start smoking, and he's already making a plan how to annihilate Hidan, who killed Asuma, and he wants revenge. And Naruto does see Shikamaru sad, and he's smoking, and Naruto says does an ice release jutsu from far range. Yes, it's like he let out some of his cold air from his ice jutsu, and he throws the cigarette, and Shikamaru's like, what the hell just happened? And he realizes, he looks back when he sees Naruto, and Naruto says, hey Shikamaru, you shouldn't smoke, you're underaged and it's bad for your health. And Shikamaru's like, Naruto, just leave me alone, I just want some alone time. And Naruto's like, I know you're thinking of how to kill the Akatsuki member that killed Asuma, but look, revenge is not always the right course of action. How about you try training and then go up against the Akatsuki? And Naruto does train Shikamaru a bit in his a bit more in his taijutsu, even though Shikamaru was actually alright at it. But then Shikamaru's like, that's enough, Naruto, tomorrow I'm going out. And because he already asked Tsunade to get a new Jonin team leader, a strong one, so they can go up against Akatsuki. So she does ask Kakashi, and Kakashi accepts because he wants to annihilate the Akatsuki because they killed one of his Jonin friends, and they still do go out. And this time Shikamaru does take Hidan as per normal, but this time his fight is a lot faster since his Shadow Possession Jutsu isn't that hard to control, and it's much stronger. And he does end up coming back to see that Naruto uses a Rasen Shuriken. He throws it, but that's not it. What he does is he Naruto adds ice release to it, and the Rasen Shuriken not only has ice on its blades, but when it hits, it doesn't just hit Kakuzu in and atomizes his, well, it basically destroys Kakuzu. But what happens next is that Kakuzu's body freezes and falls to the ground as an ice log, and as an icy body. So basically there's ice around him, and Naruto just says lightning style vanishing Rasengan, and throws it at Kakuzu's body, and Kakuzu's body is completely gone. And then a purple lightning just appears out of nowhere. It was like a little purple dragon lightning, and because Naruto does want to develop a new ninjutsu, he already has a name for it. He calls it the purple. He says he has a really cool name for it. He calls it the purple lightning dragon, and he imagines himself saying, "I summon the purple lightning dragon," and then finishing off a fight. He really wants to do that, but he still is developing. It's basically like the Kirin, just that Kirin's a bit strong. Well, I'll say this is stronger than the Kirin, because Naruto's strength is much higher than Sasuke's. And by this time Sasuke does kill Orochimaru, and I didn't go over the bridge arc where they meet Orochimaru, because that pretty much goes the same way, but this time a few more people were there, and Naruto hits Hinata accidentally, so there is not much of a change. And so I didn't go over that. I'm sorry if you guys wanted to know about it. There was really no point. Naruto was out of chakra, so he wouldn't have put up a fight against Orochimaru after he went from Four Tails to back to his normal state. And Naruto does go back to the village. They killed 4 Akatsuki members now, and the Akatsuki is really running low on members. And then by this time, now we go to Sasuke. Sasuke kills Orochimaru and heads off with Team Taka to kill Itachi. So Kisame does still appear and says only Sasuke can go through, and Team Taka's like, why can't we go? And Sasuke is like, guys, this is between me and Itachi, now shut up. And Kisame is like, I'll keep you guys company, how about you fight me? So they fight Kisame just because Kisame says fight me. And then the fight with Itachi goes a bit similar, just that Sasuke basically has more ninjutsu, because he didn't learn like the Fire Phoenix jutsu, the Phoenix Flower jutsu, because of Naruto knowing it. And also he learns he does learn the Kirin, but that's not the normal Kirin. Instead of just doing the Kirin, he adds fire release to the Kirin. So the Kirin, I said Kirin like 6 times now, Kirin. So the Kirin has like a fire aura to it. So once he hits the ground, not only he electrocutes anyone, the target, but he actually starts burning them afterwards. But of course Itachi does use the Yata mirror and that nullifies all ninjutsu except for taijutsu, of course. And Sasuke is completely stunned. He's out of chakra, and the same way Itachi says goodbye to Sasuke, it happens again, and Itachi dies. And out of nowhere, Tobi appears and says, wow. Zetsu says, wow, Itachi actually died. And White Zetsu, the other half of Zetsu, says, I can't believe it, Sasuke Uchiha really killed his brother Itachi. And then Black Zetsu says, don't be an imbecile. If Itachi was really trying, Sasuke wouldn't be here by now. And White Zetsu is like, you're right. And they go back to tell Obito. So Obito does still recruit Team Taka into the Akatsuki. So by this time they have all the tail beasts from 1 to 7 tails, and Team Taka does become Team Heavy to destroy the village, and also everyone to kill Danzo and everyone in the village. And they still do go to get the Eight Tails, but now that's going a bit too far into the timeline. We go back a few days, and we see Jiraiya with his perfect sage mode. He has trained, and he goes back to the village and tells that he has found the leader of the Akatsuki. While he was training, his spy network did increase a bit, and they did find the location of the pain in the rain village. And Jiraiya says, I will be going out to fight the Akatsuki leader. So that's where I'm gonna end it. I wanted to make this short and do a lot of arcs, but today I will be finishing this series. I hope you all enjoyed. Please like, share and subscribe. You can go and follow me on Twitter, because I will be start posting updates about my YouTube channel, and maybe and other things. And I will be doing a Q&A as soon as my Discord server, yes, I have a Discord server, shout out to RATREET for making it. I will be doing a Q&A as soon as my Discord server hits 100 members, since we already hit half of it. We hit 300 subscribers on my YouTube channel, but there is another way you guys can get the Q&A. If you can get my friend RATREET, who made my Discord server, and Miniman123, who provides the gameplay for my channel. If you get them to both to 200 subscribers, or you get my Discord to 100 members, I will be doing a Q&A for you guys, and you can post your questions on Discord, YouTube and Twitter. I will be going over them, as many as I can. Probably going to be like a 20-minute video, maybe even 30, as long as the questions are different. I won't be answering too many personal questions, like maybe my age, not my name, of course. And I hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all look forward for the Q&A. Please go subscribe to Miniman123 and RATREET, and also go join my Discord and follow me on Twitter. I hope you all enjoyed, and please take care, stay safe, and peace.